I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, February the 24th. We really had a game changer there on Wednesday morning about 10:30 there. Just about the time you thought this cattle market was really getting boring and trading in such a narrow range there and nothing really to feed on. And then bang, $5 more for fats, which just changed everything. The price levels of everything going forward, what our summer's going to be like, everything. But you look at the board on live cattle futures, April contract, Wednesday was up 77, Thursday was up 45 to end the day on Thursday at 116.52. But your February spot market's the one that had to try to chase the cash down. And on Wednesday it was up $2.20, and on Thursday up $1.77, and still like $2 of catching the cash, ending at 123.07. Look at your March feeder cattle contracts. Wednesday was up 55. Thursday was up a nickel to end the day on Thursday at 125.15. But suddenly your out fronts are trading at a premium to what the spot market is, and really to what cattle are selling for. But it's starting to look a whole lot better for late spring and summer than it did just a few days ago. But you look at that fat cattle market, $4 to $5 higher, 124 to 125, $6 higher on a dress basis at 196. And then we found out there on Thursday that we didn't just have a little bit of trade there. A lot of times you'll see whenever the market's lower, your packers try to buy a lot of cattle, and whenever they have to give more money, they don't end up buying a bunch. But already through Thursday, 105,000, which the week before was a huge week at 108,000, and we're going to get close to that gain in $5. That is just such a strong, positive, fundamental market indicator right there. And I think we just need to keep our foot on the gas and keep gaining this ground while we can, because things are sure looking that way. The one thing, there was more at 124 than what we really thought whenever the final results of all that come out. It looked like it was mostly 125, but there was more 124. Your weighted average on what's taken place so far there was 124.32, which is still pretty good. A lot of times it's under the 50-cent mark, even on your top price there. But your dress sales are averaging on your dress steers 195.91, so that's way up there. But you look at it was all due to your fed cattle exchange, and I've said this. I don't have anything against fed cattle exchange. It's just that everything they've put together to try to get that deal to go, and nobody's supporting it. They want to take advantage of it, but nobody's supporting it. You see that so many times when you try to get some kind of a cooperative deal going in the cattle business, is people want to take advantage of what they get done, but nobody wants to participate. So they only had 3,350 cattle on their auction this week, their timed online auction, which to some people might sound like a lot, but people that are in the cattle business know that's not a lot. Almost every sale barn you pass by this time of year has that many or more feeder cattle, and we're talking about a nationwide deal, especially in the 5-area feeding region, of having cattle consigned on there out of feedlots that a lot of them are feeding over 100,000 head of cattle. So it's not like trying to get a jillion different producers together. You're just trying to get your big commercial feedlots together to consign some cattle. But only had 3,350, sold over 3,000 of them, which is pretty good because a lot of times they don't sell half of them on there. But their weighted average on that was at 122.10, which the industry would have been real happy with that on a direct basis this week. But it tipped the packers' hand whenever they started out selling those things. They went up there 121.2, and just within that short auction, it didn't take 20 minutes. By the end of that, the top price on that was 124.50. So as soon as that was over and your packers start going out and calling feedlots, they're saying, well, I want at least 124. In fact, I think I'll ask 125, which they would have never dreamed asking 125 before that. But it's really helping the negotiated trade in the direct trade areas. And I've said it before, I think these feedlots should try to support it a little bit more, but they just want to take advantage of it. But we look at our board, and our board is not really keeping up and giving us as much support out front as we would like. Even though it has started to spur up a little bit, we're really lacking long speculators because those are coming from managed money and funds and things like that. Well, the stock market's so good ever since Trump got in there that they've been putting their money over there and seeing a nice return, and so they haven't seen that stall out yet and come back to the commodities. But I don't think you're going to see the cattle people going out protesting anytime soon, because Trump's given people hope and causing the stock market to go up, or the fact that he got us out of TPP, which a lot of your cattle people thought we really needed to get into so we could start selling more beef into Asia. We've got bigger problems than that over in those countries in Asia and all over the world. We don't have fair trade. You look at our best beef customer, which is Japan. Whenever we sell beef to Japan, it automatically gets tariffed 38.5%. Whenever Australia sells beef to Japan, it's tariffed 9%. So I don't think a big pact deal like that TPP is going to help. We've got to deal individually with those companies or those countries and start getting this trade a little more fair, and it'll help the ag products too, including beef. But you look at our slaughter, we really stepped it up here from what we started out with. Slaughter through Thursday on cattle was 445,000 so far. That's 9,000 more than last week and 16,000 more than the same week a year ago, so we're doing a good job on that. But you look at your feeder cattle markets so far this week, middle of the week, big sale, El Reno, Oklahoma, 8,300 head. You look at your Beef Market Central report there, you see that feeder steers are steady to $2 higher, feeder heifers steady to $5 higher. Calves gained a lot of ground, but they had better calves this week than they had the week before, and not really as well tested as those heavier weights. But next week, remember, we've got a schedule change in El Reno, though. They're still going to sell their cows, which they have been doing for quite some time, on Monday. And then on Tuesday, they're going to sell calves and stockers. And then on Wednesday, they're going to have that for their bigger feeders and yearling cattle there. But you look later in the week, on Thursday here, your Pratt markets on Beef Market Central there, you see Pratt, their big feed and steers on a good run. We're fully steady. Salina at Farmers and Ranchers, 1 to 3 higher on their feeder weights. So really finishing up the week on a positive note here. But with DV Auction working on the road here in Montrose, Colorado, and we'll talk to you next week.